Hello everyone. I hope my microphone is working. Yes, it is working. I hear the voice here. So hello everyone. My name is Fatim Diarra. I'm a member of the Finnish Parliament, and I used to be a teacher before, and then after that I became a consultant working in public affairs with different companies. And I've also been an inclusivity consultant, and then I just published my first book about feminism. So yeah, I've done a bunch of stuff. But today, I'm speaking to you guys, and it's a really honor to be here because you are influential people in your own field, and it's a fantastic forum to have this discussion. I would like to start with this quote from Ruth Bader Ginsburg that said that, when I'm asked, when will there be enough women in the Supreme Court? And I say, when there are 9, people are shocked. There's been 9 men, and nobody has ever raised the question about that. So, which is funny, but it's also true. We're used to having white men in suits everywhere. It's okay, I'm also married to a white man in suit. I do like white men in suits. I just don't like to see them everywhere all the time. And the idea there is that we should have kinda this equality between sexes in different positions. But, well, in Finland we kinda did this already. Our former government was led by 5 women. And they even made a HBO documentary about our government led by 5 women. And people were like, this is fantastic. 5 women, this is awesome, this is fantastic. But the question is, was that fantastic? Is it fantastic? Does it mean that we have equality when 5 women can lead the country together? Is this the goal? Is the goal of changing the situation that only women are in certain place? Have we reached the goal here in Finland? Does it mean that, hey, as Nordics, we are there, we did it, we had 5 women leading the country, it was fantastic. As a feminist, I would kinda like to say that yes, we did it, but in reality, no, we did not. Having 5 women leading a country, in a way, is a really nice thing. They were smart people, smart women, my friends. But when we look at these women, who were these women? They were all highly educated. They all came from okay-ish backgrounds. They all had fully functioning bodies. They all had quite a similar background when you look at their education, where they lived. Of course, people have different paths, but they were in a way extremely similar. So in a way, yes, we had 5 women leading the country, but when you take the gender away, we had 5 quite similar people leading the country. And then you can ask, is that actually equality? Is that equity? No, it's not. They might have worn heels, but they were so similar, so we really didn't reach any goal there. It means that we have to look forward always when we're thinking about equality and equity. And that is why we often use this wheel of power. And when you look at this wheel of power, you can see where are you located in this wheel of power. Our 5 women who led the government were almost in all of these fields in the center of the wheel of power, except for being white cis males. But in all the other sectors, they were truly in the center of power. And sometimes people are like, oh, Fatim, it must be so hard to be a black woman in politics and da. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm still a daughter of psychiatrist, and I own my own apartment, and I'm educated, and I have no diseases. So basically, is it hard? In a way, yes, but I'm extremely privileged, and that is also why I'm standing here today, because of my background. I come from an extremely privileged background. So when you look at this circle, it's always good to think, where are you in this circle? And what about your team? Where are your team members in this circle? Are they in the outskirts of the circle, or are they inside the circle? And often when we start to look at our team and really think about it, who are these people? Where do they come from? Why did they end up in this position? It is because the family background. It is because of the education system we went to. And it's not often a surprise that people from highly educated families, children from highly educated families, we kind of end up walking the same pathways as our parents did, and then we accidentally end up in really high positions. So is it an accident? I've studied social sciences. It is not an accident. It is because we are pushed to a certain direction, and then we just follow these footsteps. So I hope that I will share this material to you, and you guys also should look at this and see where you actually belong in the circle of power. So I think understanding your privilege makes you a better leader. First, when I was younger, I thought that, oh, I'm gonna be really good because I'm this and this and this. And then I started to reflect in my own privileges, and it made me truly understand that as a daughter of psychiatrist from upper middle class, someone is from here, I'm from Munkkiniemi, which is, upper middle class area. We have a boat, meaning that I'm like super bougie. I try to be cool, but I don't manage often, but I try. So kinda understanding all of these issues have made me a better leader in understanding why I'm here. It is not an accident, it's because of my background. It is because my parents told me it's important to study, you have to do your homework. It is all these issues. And understanding this made me a better leader. And I say that equality is not the solution, because often when we discuss equality and gender balance and all this, we start making these stupid statistics. We're like, okay, there's 5 women and there's 5 men, and now it's equal. Yes, we did it. And that is ridiculous. That is stupidity. That is being too simple and just like counting the sexes in the room. That is not enough. That is being lazy. And if you want to really succeed in the world, being lazy is not an option. It's not an option for you, not an option for the company. Because if you want to really get forward, you always have to reach farther away. So what we speak a lot in the Nordic countries, we speak about equity, meaning that if you truly want the best minds, if you truly want the best team, you have to build a system where everyone is kind of pushed forward as much as they need. When you look at me, I told you I'm an educated person from an upper middle class family, from west side of the city. I'm a bougie person. My road to the Finnish parliament, it might seem long, but it's not as long as some of my colleagues from another party who come from really, really working class families, from rural areas in the country, from uneducated families. Their path, although that they're white cis men, has been way, way, way longer than mine, since I've always known people in the politics. I'm born in a family like that. So my path was basically just following the footsteps that someone made for me, and then people applaud me, and I'm like, yeah, I just kind of followed. So it is smart to understand why people end up in different places. And as leaders of in your own field, you have to think, how can I help people to reach this goal? How can I help people get into the place where I am at the moment? And the problem is that often we have tendency of hiring clones. One case when I was working as a consultant and I was helping this company to renew their brand strategy, I go to the office, la 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 la, and I say hello, and this fantastic woman comes, she's like, hi, and I'm like, yeah, she's awesome, yay. Then she introduces me to her team, and it was like 7 clones of this woman. They even had the same style pants on, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a tricky situation. Because if you have 7 or 8 clones sitting in a table, and you ask these clones to try to come up with an idea, they're going to come up with an idea that suits them, that is good for them. Because although they think they're different because one does yoga and one does Pilates, it really, it's not that different. Someone might ride a horse, but still, it's not so different if you really, really look into the eyes, it's not that different. And the reason why we tend to hire clones, it's because it's easier for us to work with people like ourselves. Like, I have a tendency of hiring strong feminist women, but then when you have 5 super strong feminist women working on an issue, well, it's fun and a bit chaotic. So I do my best jobs when I work with calmer, more strategical and analytical people. So I always, now when I'm hiring, I try to think about what kind of team am I building? Am I getting every kind of different kind of work experience, life experience, and also different kind of temperaments in the room? How can I build a team that can answer to the biggest need? Because I truly believe that we need a team of Avengers. We need different kind of people from different experiences, and then we can actually achieve something together. And when you look at the Avengers, we're not thinking about their genders, but we're thinking about the superpowers that they bring. They all have a different origin story, why they became superheroes. And that is also what you should think when you're building a team. What kind of skills you need. And all the skills don't come in a white man in a suit or a black woman in a dress, but they come in all kind of different shapes and sizes and from different backgrounds. And by building a good team, you need to think about all the different skill sets that you have. And it's hard for us because we like the clones. It's easy. to spend time with people who only do yoga or only do Pilates. And the problem there that if you hire a team where you have only your clones is that it creates an illusion. If you are making a product or making even a presentation and everyone thinks exactly the same way, you kind of get this illusion that everyone lives exactly like you live. Although you try to pretend to understand and you read the statistics, but still, because the room is lacking so many different experiences, you easily, without even meaning it, you create a result which is not the best possible, because you just don't, because no one raises the question in the room. No one says, but wait, actually, no one does that. So it creates a weaker result. And then you kind of think that if this works for us and for me, and it also works for the one who does Pilates, then you think it's going to work for everyone. But that is not the case. So my argument is that diversity, and true diversity, the group of Avengers, will force you to think bigger. It will force you to reach forward. It will force you to create a better product. It will force you to create better services for your clients. And that is important. It is really, really hard, because you have to push yourself as a leader also quite far to understand that if you have a variety of people who are not clones, it's more difficult. But even diamonds, they come when you squish something long enough together. It is harder, but it's something that you have to do. And also one argument, which is a good argument, I think, is that we need the potential of all people. All the Western countries are aging. Young people, there's not enough of them. We're not reproducing fast enough. And the problem is that all the Western countries are competing over the skilled labor force. And companies where diversity is accepted, where skilled people are accepted no matter what the gender is, no matter what the sexuality is, no matter other issues, will be successful, since we cannot just decide that the brains of these people are not valuable for us. We need all the good brains and the best brains to come and work in your companies, come to work for you, and then create a better result. We cannot turn our back to someone because they're a bit weird or they have a funky degree. We should be more interested in what is the skill that that person can actually bring into the room. And also because the work market is global, the labor market is global, meaning that people can search for employment from many different countries. Your company or your organization is not the only place. But if there is a company that has its doors open, where variety and diversity can flourish and create better solutions, why not go there? And this is especially important for millennials, my generation, and then the Generation Z, that is even more vibrant than my generation. We are the burnout generation. They are a bit better than we were even. So to get the best minds of these generations, you have to have your door open. And you cannot build a system that is strict and everyone has to be in a certain way, because then you will not get the best minds. And if you want to succeed in this global competition, you need to get the best minds, or otherwise you're setting yourself for failure. So yes, and the point there is that why do we want the best minds? Why do we want to build a diverse team? Why do we want to get everyone feeling in the workplace that they're included? And why don't we want to look at these stupid little stats of how many women are there and how many men are there? It is because diversity is good for business. It is good for getting the people employed, getting the best minds to work for you. So my last argument is that if you want growth and success, we need to move away from gender equality, not forget gender equality, but build a diverse workplace with true equity, so that you can actually get the best minds working for the best solution. And I'm just on time. Thank you. I only had a short time. Kiitos. Thank you. They only gave me 15 minutes. I could have spent an hour with you guys with statistics and stuff. And if you want data on the fact that how diversity actually brings better results, you can email me in the Parliament address, and my assistant will send you stuff. She's really different from me. She's fantastic.
Just saying that the applause that you got was like, I'd say triple all the applauses that we've heard already today. So I guess that you succeeded quite well.
As a feminist, I won't say, oh, I will say thank you. Yes, I know I did well.
Hey, Fatim, what if there are only clones applying for the jobs?
Well, if there's only clones applying for the job, I would say that where are you searching for your employees? Which channels are you using? What kind of papers are you using? How do you write your documents? What is your employee strategy? And I think this is the question. If you only do things in one way and have always done them exactly in the same way, is it a surprise that only the similar people come? No. Then you need to rethink your strategy of how do you employ people.
Thank you.
Kiitos. I'm going to go back to the parliament. It was truly a joy. Bye. Bye-bye.
Excellent, you had the chance to join us for even a brief moment.